Welcome, cooks, to my brand new series dedicated to the home cook. This is the Recipe Vault. So we're going to be uploading a video every Sunday afternoon where we're going to be cooking out of my Recipe Vault. And this is part of it. I got a whole collection of recipe cards that someone put together. I have no idea who it is. There's 5 boxes like this, hundreds of recipes. So we're going to be grabbing stuff at random, cooking those on a Sunday blind, right? I'm not going to test them. We're going to see how these recipes go. So welcome to the very first Recipe Vault. So I want to dedicate this series to the home cook. A lot of attention and celebration is out there for the cookbook author and the cookbooks. And there's a lot flying around on the internet. But there's also this subset of the home cook that created a recipe collection for themselves. This is mostly years ago on recipe cards. So it's a celebration of both the home cook and the recipe card, or actually sometimes the index card. And I came across a couple of collections of people's personal recipes. They are in recipe boxes, in bags, in whatever, and it's those recipes that they used for their personal cooking. So I wanted to kind of celebrate that. I bought this collection on eBay, and someone out there somewhere put this together. They put together hundreds of index cards with cutout recipes from all kinds of different sources, as well as their own handwritten recipes, family recipes on these cards. And they put them in like 5 shoe boxes, so there's hundreds of them. So this collection consisted of 5 of these boxes. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a series that we're going to do uploads similar to we do What's Up Wednesday, but now we're going to be doing it on Sunday afternoon, and it's going to be like my recipe vault. We're going to be cooking out of these home cook collections. So they're not going to be cookbooks. They're not going to be from the internet. They're either going to be recipe cards that are handwritten or from collections where they gathered clippings and thought that the recipes were interesting. So I have like 5 of these boxes. I only brought one up. The other 4 are down in the cookbook library. And it is completely stuffed with somebody took clippings from everywhere. And they cut them out and pasted it onto these cards. And what's interesting about it is they cut off everything having to do with the source of the recipe. So there's no way to know who put these in here, where the recipes came from. Raisin muffins, right? So this is the B's, right? And it's literally alphabetical. So we got bread, buns, bread carrot, bread cornbread, bread crackers, bread cranberry, bread croutons, bread with fruit, bread gingerbread, bread with grain, muffins, goes all through these different kinds of breads. Then it starts with candies, chocolate, coconut, divinities, fudge, pralines and pecans, taffies. This is a treasure trove. And I don't want it to just sit back in the closet. I wanted us to have fun with it. So my idea is every week I'm going to pull a recipe out of here. I'm going to get the ingredients and we are going to cook from the recipe vault, right? It won't just be this collection because I'm always on the hunt for recipe boxes that are filled with clippings and handwritten recipes. So as I find them, I'll talk to you about them, where I got them, and we'll cook out of them. So I'm not pre-testing any of these recipes. We're going to do this good, bad, or ugly, right? Some recipes might be great. Some recipes might be a total flop. So I've picked one for us on our very first recipe vault. So today we're going to be making this Chocolada Fudge. And this is like a no-bake recipe. This is an interesting one because this fudge has marshmallow cream, it has coconut, and you can put actually an option of candied pineapple, which I couldn't find, so we won't be putting that in. So we're going to try this out. I have no idea where this recipe came from. Hey, we're going to try it. Chocolada Fudge. So let me go get the ingredients and let's try out our very first recipe vault recipe. Okay, the first thing we need to do is prepare the pan. And I have a 9x9 metal baking pan here. And I'm just going to take some foil. And we're going to line this pan with the foil. This is it probably will act as a little bit of a sling to help us get it out. So just move the foil down into the corners of the pan and fold it over. Make sure it's pretty tight in the corners so you get nice square corners on your fudge. And this is not going in the oven, so. Okay, so the recipe says in a heavy bottom saucepan, that's what we have. We're going to combine the sugar. That's 2 cups of sugar. We're going to put in a 7-ounce jar of marshmallow cream. Ooh, nice and sticky. Mm-hmm. I just thought maybe this stuff had dairy, but it doesn't. Whoa! Well, yeah, this stuff is sticky.
I think it would be very dangerous if a cat licked that, huh?
Huh, I do that.
The fur.
Oh, yeah, the fur.
Cat, dog, doesn't matter. If somebody gets into it, you're in trouble.
It's not going to be fun cleaning up that dog. Clean up that dog!
Yeah.
You guys seen that video? Clean up that dog! It was a bear. Oh my gosh.
That's okay. Just cut your losses. We don't want.
I gotta wash my hands. So next we're gonna be putting in 3/4 cups of evaporated milk. That's in a can, not sweetened condensed, evaporated.
6 ounces.
And we're gonna be putting in 1/3 cup of butter. And we're gonna bring the heat up on this. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and we're going to be stirring it constantly. Once it comes up to a boil, we're going to be stirring it constantly, boiling it for 5 minutes.
So.
Whoa! That cream, marshmallow cream, just binds up on everything.
Oh, yeah, until things get happy.
Okay, it's boiling. I'm going to set my timer here for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna continue stirring. And you gotta keep stirring. Yeah, I can see because it'll burn. So that's how we're looking. It's getting kind of caramely looking. We've been stirring constantly for 5 minutes. The beeper's getting ready to go off.
And it smells great.
Yeah, it does smell pretty good. So we're going to take it off the heat. And So that's how we're looking there. So the recipe says we're going to add the chocolate morsel chocolate chips. This is 11.5 ounces of chocolate chips. Woo, we're going to stir this in here till it gets smooth. They're going to melt in there. Woo. Wow, it's definitely chocolatey.
All right, Bill, you need some help over there?
Yeah, all of a sudden Eric wants to come on over here, right? Whoa. That is very chocolatey.
Uh-huh.
Till it's smooth. Make sure we got all that. Whoa, it got kind of stiff.
It's gonna get stiff. It's gonna start cooling on you too.
So that's how that looks.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put some salt in there. Let that melt in there.
Get the rum in there.
We're going to put some rum extract in there. Ooh. Then we're going to put a cup of coconut in there. Whoa. So I changed this up for a scraper. Make it easier for me. This is my new Thermopin scraper.
Ooh.
I'm going to get all this. So the recipe says you can optionally put in some pieces of pineapple, like candied pineapple. Optionally, that's the pina colada part of it. We live in a small town and we don't have that here. We're going to put this in our pan here. Smells pretty good.
You ready to turn it upside down? I can already see a limitation with this recipe. There's not enough fudge material.
So we're going to go ahead and spread this out in here.
You need some help over there, Boo Boo?
No.
I'm available to help.
I bet you are. Yeah, so if you want like the full chocolada, like a pina colada, if you can get a hold of candied pineapple, it says it's an optional ingredient and there's no getting it out where we're located. I would have had to order it and I'm not going through all that. Since it said it was optional, I optionally didn't put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that's up in the corner really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it says let it chill. I don't know if that means from the refrigerator or not.
Well, if you put it in the refrigerator, it'll chill faster. We can eat it faster.
Yeah. At a minimum, I can't do it until that cools down. So when this is ready, we'll be back so Eric can take a taste.
Ah.
It is time to try our chocolada fudge. So this is sort of a play on the pina colada. If you had the crystallized candied pineapple, you'd have a truer result than we do. But we live in the country, and no store has that around here. It's anyway in the recipe. It says it's optional. So this foil sling helps it come out of the pan easier. Whoa. This is pretty chocolatey.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a knife here, and a towel. I have this weird feeling that I need to wipe the knife off. How big of pieces do you want? Like that?
I gotta taste the thing first.
Mm-hmm. It helps to have a really long knife. This is an 8-inch chef, and it's just barely getting there. So that's what it looks like.
Ooh, looks pretty.
Chocolada?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how is this going to be with fudge with coconut in it?
Well, if the crumbs were any indicator.
Eric was munching on the bowl.
You don't need a dishwasher.
So one of the things about this type of recipe when you're making fudge is you normally have to like get the sugar at the exact right temperature, otherwise it crystallizes. But using the marshmallow cream helps the beginner fudge maker avoid the dreaded crystals. So it's a good way to get your feet wet making fudge, and you have a good result because you don't get the gritty. Otherwise, it's going to be gritty. I kind of need a longer knife.
You're doing a good job, Boo-Boo.
My last piece is going to be smaller than the rest.
Well, I guess I'll just have to clean it up for you, won't I?
I obviously can't eat fudge because I'm allergic to dairy. But this is our chocolada. Pina colada.
Do you need a taste test,
Jet.
Boo-Boo?
Yeah, I might need a little taste tester here.
All right.
Put some on this little fancy dancy.
Dirty job, but someone's got to do it, right?
Okay, Boo, come on over.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you're keeping count, Eric still has the work from home hairdo.
Work
She
from
had to
home.
got a haircut.
What's that got to do with anything? I'm here to taste this. I'm not here to get my hair job. No. So first of all, I want to give props to Amy
Thank you.
for making this because it's been a little bit of work, and nothing's guaranteed in her kitchen. We even have it on the fridge, but this is really not guaranteed because it's an unknown, untested recipe. But I'll give you a little hint. Little crumbs. The birdie said, "Yum yum." So if the pieces here are any indicator of what the crumbs taste like,
Okay, taste away.
taste away. I'm gonna taste this guy because he's kind of
I
big.
wonder if it's going to be weird with the coconut in there.
So you get the.
It's very chocolatey.
Yeah, of course it's chocolatey. We got a little chocolate in there. You can't hide that. There's a little bit of the coconut. So the coconut,
Is the coconut weird in there?
it tastes good. I like Almond Joy and Mounds and stuff. So I like coconut. So, but there's not like a ton of it. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm going to die of it. So there's some in there. So it gives you good flavor. I'm not tasting the rum extract right now. When we first had it and it was warm and everything, and I was, licking the spatula, I thought I tasted it right away.
But it dissipated.
It may have dissipated. Now, Amy was talking off camera, saying normally you'd put vanilla extract in this, and I would agree. But because of the whole pina colada type flavor, that's probably why the recipe calls for the rum.
Would it be weird with pineapple pieces in it?
I don't know. We might have to just Amazon and get
some.
some pieces, wouldn't we? But no.
Pretty good, Boo?
So for a fudge, I would definitely say it's really tasty. So I like it a lot. For the ease of making it, because like what Amy was saying, anytime that you're cooking with sugar, you you got to be careful, right? Because crystallizing ruins it in a hurry if you're really not careful. And you kind of saw that when we were doing the whole marshmallow thing, we were getting a little bit of an amber color to it. So we were starting to caramelize it a little bit. So it was good. But I think it was a slow caramelization where I think maybe without the marshmallows, it might be faster, and then that could be troubles.
So this is our first recipe vault recipe, Chocolada Fudge. This will be up on the website. No idea where the recipe came from. This was in the vault. So
I like it.
For our first recipe vault video,
I
think we actually had a success.
Yeah.
So join us for more recipe vault videos every Sunday afternoon. We'll do an upload. So thanks for joining us, and cheers to the fudge.
Thank you, Boo Boo.
You're welcome.